to another video on YouTube. This is Miss Bill. Today I'm starting a new series on books. And since I like reading, I'm gonna choose one of my favorite authors, which is Andrew Clements. If you guys like him, thumbs up. Please don't give a thumbs down. That will break my heart. But please, I haven't got any thumbs down so far. So woo! Subscribe. I have like 554. Woo! The book I'm going to be reading by Andrew Clements today is going to be called Troublemaker. Woo! Troublemaker. Okay, today I'm just reading up to chapter 3. That's only 10 pages. But I hope you guys like this book. It's one I never read this book yet, and I'm really excited. So let's get started. So it's called Troublemaker, and the illustrations are by Mark Elliott, but there's not really a lot of illustrations, so I'm not going to show them. Chapter 1. Not appropriate. Claire Hensley frowned at the paper on the table. It wasn't a very good drawing. He made tons of better ones. Like that picture he made of the old man sitting on the bridge. Now that was good. Even won a prize. This drawing, it was okay. Just a simple portrait. It wasn't going to win any prizes. But then, it wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to do something else. Soon. Out of the corner of his eye, Clay saw Mr. Dash get up from his desk. The class period was almost over, so the art teacher was beginning his inspections, same as always. Clay squinted and kept working on the portrait, shading a little here, erasing a little there, trying to get the impression of the face just right. Actually, trying to get the whole head to look right, it wasn't easy. Ears were hard to draw, the nose too, and eyes, forget about it, not drawing like a tree or a piece of fruit. Mr. Dash was at the back of the art room now, talking softly, moving from table to table. You see there, where the mountains meet the sky? Your lines need to be thinner and lighter. There, it'll make everything seem far away. Good detail work on that tree in the foreground. Mr. Dash had to be talking to Marcia. She was the only kid in 6th grade good enough to draw, to get advice like that. Except for him. Clay kept working on his drawing, but his hand was so tense, he was squeezing the pencil, picked up his eraser, and made a correction. Then he had an idea. He took his big brother's cell phone from the pocket of his jeans. Carefully, so no one would notice. Mitch would not be happy if some teacher took it away from him. One-handed, he clicked to the camera function and took a photo of his drawing, then another. He slipped the phone back into his pocket and picked up his pencil again. Mr. Dash was working his way along the tables in Clay's row now. Good improvement there, James. The teacher shuffled a few steps closer. Those shadows. Don't push on your pencil. Makes them look muddy. But I want them really dark. That was Brienne talking 2 tables away. Then just use a pencil with softer lead. 4B, or even 6B. Clay pretended to be busy with his work, but he knew Mr. Dash was right behind him now, looking over his shoulder. He heard the teacher suck in a quick breath and then hold it. Clay began counting. 1001, 1002. The art teacher let his breath out slowly. Then he spoke, his voice low and strained. Clay kept working. Clay, stop it. Stop drawing. He turned around and looked up at Mr. Dash. Why? You know why, Clay. That's not appropriate. Your drawing's not appropriate." Clay put a confused look on his face. "You said we can draw anything today, and I wanted to draw a jackass." Several kids laughed. The whole class turned in, and the kids sitting close tried to get a look at his drawing. Clay had a hard time not smiling. He was already imagining how fun it would be to tell his brother Mitch about this. Mr. Dash raised his voice a little. "Please don't say jackass." Clay rolled his eyes. "Fine. I want to draw a donkey. A stupid-looking donkey. That's all. And I think it's good. Do you think this is really a dumb-looking donkey?" More kids started to laugh. Mr. Dash swiveled his head and glared around the room. "Class," he growled. "Be quiet." The room went dead silent. The art teacher was over 6 feet tall with broad shoulders, huge hands, and a bright red beard that covered most of his face. No student ever disobeyed an order from Mr. Dash. With one exception, because Clay kept talking. Come on, Mr. Dash. You'd said, "Whatever you do, don't draw a donkey wearing glasses today." Then I would have it. But you didn't say that, so I drew a donkey wearing glasses. Who has a mustache? Then Clay held up his drawing so everyone else in the class could see he was telling the truth. It was all true. He had a picture of a donkey with a mustache, was wearing a sports coat and a striped necktie, and dark-rimmed glasses. Donkey that looked remarkably stupid. And funny, but not a single kid laughed. Because that long-faced donkey looked like someone, a real person, man every kid in the room was scared of, except for one. Clay had drawn a donkey that looked like Mr. Kelly, the principal of Truman Elementary School. Wow. Chapter 2. On Purpose. Clay knew what he was doing. He'd made the drawings on purpose. He'd let Mr. Dash see it on purpose, and then he'd held it up on purpose so everyone else in the room could see it too. And the last action was important. Because now Mr. Dash couldn't give him a scolding and move on. No way. Every student in the class had seen the principal looking like a stupid jackass, and once those kids got out of the art room, they would tell all their friends about the hilarious drawing Clay Hensley had made. And sooner or later, the principal would hear about it. He would. And when Mr. Kelly did hear about it, he would come stomping down the hallway to the art room, his eyes blazing, and his mustache twitching. And he would demand to know why Mr. Dash hadn't done something about the terrible boy and his terrible behavior. So Mr. Dash had to do something. Clay was sure about that. Would the art teacher keep him after school? Clay didn't care, as long as he got home in time for dinner. Mitch was going to be there tonight, and in a way, the more stuff that happened now, the better. He'd have the much more of a story to tell his big brother. Detention in the art room? No problem. But Clay didn't think that was going to happen. It was Friday, a warm, sunny October day, and he had seen Mr. Dash ride his big motorcycle into the school parking lot this morning. It was perfect weather for cruising, and the back roads of Belden Country were going to be beautiful this afternoon. The art teacher would not be staying late for detention. Not today. Clay was pretty sure about that, too. "Give me the drawing." Clay handed it over, and Mr. Dash walked to his desk and took a large tan envelope out of his drawer, slipped the drawing inside, and sealed the envelope with tape. Then he picked up a marker and wrote on the front. He handed the envelope to Clay and said, "Take this to the office and give it to the secretary, and then wait there until Mr. Kelly talks to you himself. Understand?" Clay nodded, his face blank and serious. He didn't want to be disrespectful toward Mr. Dash. He was a pretty good guy. He was just doing what he had to. That's all. As Clay picked up his backpack and headed for the door, every other kid was watching, studying his face, trying to imagine why he had made that drawing, and trying to imagine what Mr. Kelly was going to do when he saw it. Brienne whispered to James, and in a quiet room, everyone heard her. Clay's really gonna get it this time. And that's chapter 3 where we're gonna leave off. I hope you guys enjoyed the first 2 chapters. I think I'm going to read 2 chapters every time, I think. I have to leave off at chapter 5. Let's see. Let's see. Next time I'm only gonna read 1 chapter, chapter 4, because that's 6 pages, and then chapter 5 I think I'll read, and then chapter 4 I'll read another time because it is only gonna be 20 pages if I read it the whole time, but 16 at 30 is not that bad. Yeah, so next video I'll read chapter 3, and then the video after that I'll read chapter 4. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first 2 chapters of Troublemaker, and we'll get started. And if you guys want to know what Clay and the drawing looks like, this is what it looks like.
Hey, look at you. You're taking on some responsibility. Please. The only reason I'm doing this is because Mom hasn't left the couch in 5 hours.
So I hope you guys enjoy this book, and let's get the mystery on. I'm not really sure how many, I think this is gonna take about, like, you know, couple episodes, maybe like 20 or something, I'm really not sure. But yeah, maybe it'll be fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed the 2 chapters, and I'll see you guys later, so bye.